coming down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Oh, they're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's just like trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Basically, we have got, and now you can hear me, not quite sure why there was no audio, but there we go, the wonderful world of live TV. So we are here for the AMs from Brands Hatch, and this situation is very, very, very close. Gordon Haig is leading the championship by 359 points. Behind that is George Gonzaga on 346. David Rolliston in third on 329. What is the significance of that? Well, it's possible that Gordon Haig could not be champion. Okay? George Gonzaga has got to basically win here tonight to take the championship. That will allow him to A, win the AMs and B, promoted to the pros, right? The top 10 will be promoted to pros. And at the moment, that's situated by Gordon Haig, George Gonzaga, David Rolliston, Damien G, Craig Gregory, Maren Grigic, Glenn Andre Christensen, Gary Truby, Russell Wooten, and George Bentes. So there we go. That's the AMs. The pros is amazingly, is also close as well. So hopefully we should have an absolutely barnstorming race. We've got 17 cars on track currently at the moment, ready to battle it out to be the champion. And to be honest, the top three can be the championship. George Gonzaga is currently leading on a 1:18.98 in practice, but that doesn't mean anything, because as I found out last night, it doesn't matter where you are in the championship, you can always lose it. And you can spin and go to the back of the field, and then you can come back through, and then it can be even really closer. And if you haven't watched last night's Radical Race Series, please go back and watch it, because it was an absolute incredible race, an incredible evening of racing. So definitely go back and check that out. I'm going to switch over to the live screen, and we'll show you the current standings in the championship. Right. So, what is the situation? Well, as I say, Gordon Haig is not here, okay? So he's not here. So the chances of him winning are very, very slim. So hopefully, from his point of view, he will be okay and qualify for the top 10. The championship standings are on your screen. As you can see, Gordon Haig is on 359. George Gonzaga is on 346. David Rolliston, 329, tied with Damien G on 326. Craig Gregory on 281. Maren Grigic, 277. Glenn Andre Christensen is on 274. Gary Truby, 262. Russell Wooten, 259. And George Bentes, 250. Now, they are the drivers that will currently qualify what is hopefully will be and will come to be the final race. Guy Robinson, Johan Olmark, Stefan Mellis, Diego Munir Iglesias, Josh Simpkins, Vigard Lea Olsen, Didier Theobald, Jacek Zelenka will all miss out. Now, the people behind that as well, Matt Lettner, Stephen Koenig, Janaman Pruis, Olegon Stendrad, Manik Heister, Berger Elklid, Vigard Helen, Tom Weston, Sergeant Capello, and Thomas Scott and Mawson will all miss out on being in that championship. It is where they finish in the top 10. Now, normally, we give you live standings, okay? The problem with that is they get a point for pole position, point for fastest lap, and they also get points for incidents, which means I don't have access to their incidents, not correctly anyway. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to hopefully see that it's a flat win for George Gonzaga, who then will go out and take the championship. So, that's the plan. Okay, that's the situation. Now, in the Teams Championship, we have got Radsport Sim Racing leading away on 588 by Sim Racing Norway. Now, at the moment, that is going to be as it is. Okay, Radsport Sim Racing will win the team championship, being the fact that there is no one from Sim Racing Norway here to represent them, so they can't score any points. Okay, MJX Racing Team. Now, currently at the moment, Marin Grigic is here. So if Marin gets a roundabout where he's got to win, let's put it that way, because he needs 60 points, and that's third place. So if Marin gets 60 points, MJX will jump Sim Racing Norway. Behind that, obviously, Team Slow-Mo Gold, Tiger Team, On Wheels TV, Team Heap Together, Team Slow-Mo, EAD 13, Platinum Racing, Team Sim Racing Community. They're kind of all out of it. At the moment, it is Radsport Sim Racing will win the team championship. Current times on the board at the moment. Well, this is the situation. They are on 118.980 from George Gonzaga. Iglesias, 119.081. Rolliston, 119.633. Olmark, 119.740. Don't forget, it was an absolute epic battle at the Legacy where Gordon Haig took it. George Gonzaga third, and Diego Munoz Iglesias was in third place. So let's hope that we get a clear winner here tonight. We need, if anything, George Gonzaga to go and win, because then it's done then. So there we go. Thank you so much, Robert Williams, Ian Johan Bremer, Glenn Eldrin Christensen, Craig Gregory, Hugh Simpkins, Strabengas, Borazaga, he said. And then Ian says, come back and says, good luck. Craig, I'm hoping I can stay top 10. Well, I'm sure you should be okay, bud. Sure you're okay. You know, you're sitting, where are you at the moment? 6th? 5th? To be honest, well, you need, behind that, Craig, to be honest, Guy Robinson needs to score a minimum of about 50 points, which is 5th place. And at the moment, Guy Robinson is sitting down in 16th. So, you may, to be honest, be lucky. So there we go. Even in all, Phil says across the pond as well. Don't forget, Ewan O'Leary is going to join me for the pros. And then after this, we've got the SRL GR86 from the Legacy Silverstone Circuit at 10:15, so not long after we finish up here, but it is at the Legacy Silverstone Circuit. It is kind of the media day, the open to it all, so before the championship kicks off, and that's going to be absolutely incredible. So stay tuned for that one. As there is Gary Truby, Stefan Mellis, and there is your current leader, George Gonzaga. And it is Gonzaga and not Gonzaga, as I found out. He did, when I met him up at the I-Lounge Racing, it was Gonzaga, he's informed me. So George Gonzaga. So there we go. That will be the current position. The practice is finished. Let's see how they get on in qualifying. And hopefully we will have an absolutely barnstorming race here tonight, because it's the season finale, right? It's the last one. They've got to put on the show. They've got to be able to do it. They've got to just be able to bring it here tonight. And I'm hoping that they all do. And then we can have an absolute epic battle. Gonzaga is out on track first. So 9:29 left on the clock. And away we go. Hope everybody's having a fabulous time. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bells, give the video a big old thumbs up as per normal. That would be absolutely amazing. There is an amazing clip earlier on, actually, if you're going to have a look at the YouTube shorts, of one Mr. Ewan O'Leary nearly exploding last night in the RRS that was on there as well, the RSR, sorry, that's on there. So if you haven't seen the YouTube short of, Ewan O'Leary nearly exploding, go and have a look. So there we go. Strabengas. Do you know what, right? It would be really good if I understand what that is. In fact, I'm going to go and Google translate it, because I don't understand what that says. So let's have a look and see what it is I'm looking at. Translate. What is it going to be? Don't tell me. Because I want to be able to do, use U-Photo Zaga. U-Photo or use Photo Zaga. But at the moment we don't. So we don't use photos here, and Gonzaga is coming through. Sorry, just say Zaga photo is awesome. I'm sure it is, but we don't generally have them up here, but we'll see as he goes around the hairpin at Druids before we drop down the hill into Graham Hill, and then along the Cooper Straight before we go into Surtees. So he's on the Cooper Straight now before we go into Surtees, but stay tuned for this one because I think this is going to be an absolute barnstorming race here tonight. Right. We've got David Rollison gone purple in Sector 1. Damien G's just gone and done it in Sector 3. So let's see how Gonzaga can do. Is Damien G a little bit further ahead? He is. Let's pick up on G and seeing how he gets on. But yeah, let's hope for a barnstorming one. I'm sure the pros are going to be amazing straight after this. So can't wait for that one. But let's see what Damien G does as he comes across the line and see what he puts up on the board for everybody else to follow. 1:20.699. Rolleston goes into pole 1:20.532. Here comes the times. Thick and fast. Gonzaga goes across on a 1:24. Iglesias is another man is gonna jump into pole in the 1:19.6. Diego Muno Iglesias has got the 1:19s on the board already. Guy Robinson is going to be another man who's coming round the end of his lap. So he goes under the bridge now and then round the final corner. Dave Rolleston again, purple in Sector 1. What is Guy Robinson going to be able to do here and put a time on the board? I think it's going to be Rollo will be the next one that's going to be looking at making the next move. As we go into Dingle Dell, down the hill, I've dropped down the hill we go. 5th gear, we're going to dab it and then go down over the curb. 4th. Try not let it get to running wide on the brakes. 3rd gear here over the inside curb. And on this run, down the clearways into Clark. It's got to hug that inside. Get on the gas, get on the gas. That natural lump's going to take him round. He takes the inside line. Is he going to hug it all the way in? I'm surprised he didn't. But what is Rollo going to do? He's got to go pole. He's got to go pole. Ah, he's got the second. 1:19.689. Gonzaga on a 1:19.813. Oh, man. This is going to be so close. So close here tonight. So stay tuned because I think you're not going to want to miss any of these two races here this evening. I'm just trying to think, what does Rollo need? He needs about 30 points to catch up with Gordon Haig. So he needs 30 to go to Haig. He needs to be in front. Currently he's on 65. Gonzaga's on 60. So it is possible that Rollo could get it, but he's got to really kind of make sure he's got to win really in an ideal kind of scenario. He has to win. Gonzaga coming round the final section. He's in Sterling's currently as we speak. Rollo again has got purple on the board. Where is this going to go for David Rolleston? Hug the inside, take the inside, hug it like a wall. Rollo still in third, second. G comes across the line in third. Gonzaga's gone pole. George Gonzaga on a 1:19.275. Iglesias has pipped him on a 1:19.183. Oh, he held it for a little bit. What about Grigit? Grigit goes into 5th. What about Sandro Capella? How is he going to get on? So let's see what he can do. Oh, look at the times on the board. A second between 1st and 6th, and then another second between 6th and 14th. So it's definitely going to be a close one here tonight. Sandro Capella, no time currently on the board at the moment. So nothing doing here. Steve Koenig Jr., Damien G, Russell Wooten. G's coming round Sterling's. Is he going to be able to get an improvement? He's got greens across the board. He's got to move it up 2 tenths though, mind you. It's a big ask. Take the inside. I'm surprised they're letting it run out so wide. I'm surprised they're not really hugging that wall. What about Damien G? Where is he going to go? Third place for G at 1:19.5. Gonzaga's got purples on the board. Where is he going to go as he comes across the line as well? He's got into pole. 1:19.1. What about Iglesias? 1:19.079. He's pipped him at the end. Diego Muno Iglesias has pipped George Gonzaga at the end there as we go down into 13th with George Bentez. 2.5 minutes remaining. Oh, that was some close there. Iglesias left it late. Gonzaga got it, but it was Iglesias who come back and took it not long straight after. Bentez letting the car run. What is he going to be able to do here in 13th? Goes up into 9th. Russell Wooten is sitting in 7th at the moment. So let's see what Russell can do. He's got 3 greens on the board. Marin Grigic's not really improving. Didier Thurbo, again, another one. George Gonzaga not improving. Steve Koenig is improving, but Russell Wooten got yellow in sector 5. Also gone across the board and done now. 1:20.003. So just a little way out. What about Steve Koenig? 1:23.002. Stefan Mellis, are you going to do an improvement as you come across the line? Nope. No improvement for him. What about Marin Grigic? How's he going to get on as he comes over the line? He didn't improve, and Didier Thurbo is another one. I don't think it's going to be making much gains currently at the moment. Didier Thurbo in 6th place. So there we go. Steve Koenig has still got some laps remaining, mind you. He's still got some laps remaining. Let's see how he gets on. He's coming round the top of Westfield. Before he drops down into Dingledale and Dingledale Corner. Dingledale Corner is there. Keep it on track, sir. Around Sterling's. Comes under the bridge and out the other side. Into Clark we go. Is this going to be an improvement? He's going faster, mind you, so he should be able to improve. How much by, though? 1:22.465. 3 seconds off 4th place man David Rolliston. So, fortunately for Koenig there, it's going to be a little bit of a tough one this evening. Looks like he could be struggling a little bit. And that is the end of qualifying. Let's have a look at the grid. Diego Muno Iglesias is in 1st place. George Gonzaga in 2nd. Damien G 3rd. David Rolliston 4th. Marin Grigic 5th. Didier Theobald 6th. Russell Wooten 7th. Jacek Zelenka 8th. Georges Bentez 9th. Glenn Andre Christensen 10th. Johan Olmark 11th. Stefan Mellis down in 12th place. Then beyond that, we have got Gary Truby 13th. Guy Robinson 14th. Steve Koenig 15th. Sandra Capella 16th. Janaman Pruis is down in 17th place. 17 cars on track. And we've got the battle of the Spaniard and the Portuguese up front with Iglesias from Spain, Gonzaga from Portugal, and let's see how they get on here as we're just waiting for Russell Wooten to get onto the grid. And then we're going to have 30 minutes of extraordinary racing, I'm sure, here tonight. Still no Wooten at the moment. Diego Muno Iglesias is there on the left-hand side, ready to go. 28 minutes on the clock. The lights are on. 3, 4, 5, And we are green, green, green. And Gonzaga's just jumped Iglesias at the start there. What an absolute incredible start. Everybody's going to make it through. Currently down through turn one we go. And that is it. Gonzaga is out in front. What can Rolliston do? It's all on where Rolliston can now climb up through the order. Damien G is currently in 4th place. Gonzaga goes a little bit wide. He makes a little bit of a mistake. That's allowed Iglesias through. How is he going to get on here? Can Iglesias catch Gonzaga on the first run out of Surtees down Pilgrim's Drop? This long run, everybody's made it through cleanly. Up 3 is Stefan Mellis. Up 1 is Gonzaga. There is your gainers on the left-hand side there as well. And here we come with Glenn Andre Christensen. He's looking over Georges Bentes. Gary Truby was side-by-side with Guy Robinson. He's made that move. So there we go. That is a job done for him. Up front, though, it is Gonzaga. It is Iglesias. And it is Rolliston. Rollo's got to stay with him. He needs to be able to claim some points. Currently, he's on for 60 points. That's without the fastest lap, of course, if he gets it. And obviously, the clean incident driver points. Didier Thurbolt there from EAD 13, chasing down Damien G as well. This is the battle for 4th place currently, with Thurbolt in 5th. G in 4th. Griegic behind him in 6th. Russell Wooten currently in 7th place. Stephen Koenig has just lost a position to Johan Olmark. Olmark has just gone past Koenig, who is up into 15th with Sergio Capella right behind him and Janaman Pruis as well. But Thurbolt is trying to make that move over Griegic. They are coming on that run from Graham Hill down through into Surtees we go. Didier Thurbolt in the red and black car. Griegic's run wide. This is going to allow him open up, ready to go. Is this going to be where Thurbolt's going to go and do it? We've pulled out. We're going to take it too wide around the tricky corner at the end of Hawthorne. He's not. He's backed out. Trying to cut back on him. Oh, he's had to hit the brakes. Griegic was in front of him. Down through Dingledale we go. Drop down the hill now. And then we've got Dingledale corner coming up on the right-hand side. This blind uphill. Can't see it, point, hope, and shoot. Oh, that's got to be close there for Marin Griegic. It was an off track. Didn't look like no slowdown needed there for him, though. But it is the bolt behind him. You can see the gap opening up front as well. Damien G's just kind of left in the middle. He's got a second in front, 1.6 behind. Didier Thurbolt tucks in now. The Frenchman, is he going to pull out again on the German Marin Griegic? He is. There's going to be contact. There's lots of contact. Lots of contact. Griegic's off. Griegic's off into the gravel. Steady as you come back on. The cars are coming. Griegic has gone down the order faster than an elevator in Trump Towers with no brakes. He's plunged all the way down to the back of the field. David Rollo. Rollo's gone. Rollo's in the pits. Rollo is in the pits, and this is why he's been in the pits. David Rolliston. Oh, boom! Back across track he goes. There was also something that happened to Russell Wooten not long after. Oh, Wooten just runs wide, around he goes. And off track as well. Unfortunately now that is David Rollo in the pits. That is going to be his championship done here tonight. But can it be Gonzaga's? Can it be Iglesias who's going to take the win? Can Gonzaga wrap up the championship? If he stays where he is currently, he will win the championship. 26 minutes to go. David Rollo is in the pits. Gary Truby's been up to no good as well. He's been crashing here this evening. And this is Gary Truby. Well, that's got to be Glenn Andre Christensen. It is. Is that George Bentes? Oh, Truby, all on your own, son. All on your own. So back we go with the leaders. Stephen Koenig is battling away with Sandro Capella. Capella behind him, of course. So Sandro Capella there, currently sitting in 12th place, chasing down Stephen Koenig. You see the gaps up front, Iglesias and Gonzaga. Look at that. They are literally nose to tail here this evening. There is Gonzaga in front of us. There as well. Going to look back at Iglesias. Don't forget, guys, you can get your name across the rear wing and down the side pods on Gonzaga's car. He's up the front of the grid. You'll get maximum exposure. Just reach out to him and you can put your name or your company name across the back there. But at the moment, he is being chased down by Iglesias. He is being chased down by Iglesias. Guy Robinson, Bentez, Olmark, Koenig Jr., Sandro Capella. This is Robinson, not to be mistaken for David Rolliston. Johanna Olmark. Oh, I thought about going up the inside of Robinson. Nothing doing there. Now this is going to be the Robinson to make that move over Bentez. They're going to be coming down now. They're going side by side into turn one. Oh, Rollo's just come out of the pits. You're in the way, son. You're in the way. Oh, boy, was he in the way. David Rolliston, what was going on there? As Yanniman Prius just loses a place to Marin Grigic. Guy Robinson's just battling away. Rollo is literally... What is going on for David Rolliston? That was not the greatest pit exit out, I've got to be honest. He come out in front of everybody, put himself into a position that he really did not want to be in, and unfortunately caused George Bentez to go off. And that is, well, I'm sure that might get looked up. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here. They can't instate Bentez's points because clearly he hasn't finished the race. But yeah, poor old David Rolliston come out of the pits at completely the wrong time there. Oh, here we go. Grigic over Koenig Jr. on the inside of Dingle Down. There's going to be contact. Big contact. Yanniman Prius, watch out, Russell Wood, now all over the track. Sandro Capella is in that mix as well. Yes, oh, George Bentez, I'm not quite sure what that was there as well. Prius, Bentez, Capella, Stephen Koenig. There was just a lot of lots going on there. And unfortunately for him, it's all done and dusted. There for some of the big runners, Grigic is in the pits. Bentez went round. Capella was involved as well. There was a lot of people involved in that one. Stephen Koenig, all within that space of Dingle Dell. And a lot of people going off there. Not entirely sure how that all paid out. But it started here with kind of Marin Grigic and obviously Stephen Koenig. Let's have a look and see. There they are. That's the initial contact. Where did Capella come into all this? He was over there now with Yanniman Prius. And then George Bentez just kind of comes round. I don't know if he's scared. No, he didn't. He was on his way and lost it as well. So within the space of that one corner, there's a lot of people that went off track there. Stephen Koenig has now got Russell Wood right out for company as well. Gonzaga is still trying to keep in front of Iglesias. They're coming into Druids at the moment. Christensen is battling away here with Melis. He's another one there. And at the moment, that is, who is that going off there? Down into turn one. It might be Jacek Zelenka. Zelenka's just lost places. It was Jacek Zalonka there losing places to Stefan Melis, Glenn Ildren, Christensen. Christensen's going to take a dive nearly up the inside. Not this time around. Iglesias, is he going to do anything on this run round Westfield? These guys are out front by nearly 6 seconds. Damien G's just driving around all on his own here as well. You can hear it now. Not Rollo's fault. Come on. Really? Oh, you want to go there? You want to go on that one? I'm not entirely sure that pit exit was the safest pit exit there, David Walters. But, you know, who am I to argue the fact there that he come out of the pits right in front of everybody? Right at the move that Robinson was trying to overtake somebody. Yeah. Stefan Melis, Glenn Andre Christensen, Jacek Zalonka. And it just kind of, unfortunately for Rollo, got himself into a point of no return there and got tied up. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't get it. Because if you look here, right, so he's going to come out of the pits. Right, here he comes. Right, now let's look on the left-hand side. There goes Zolonka. There goes Mellis. There goes Christensen. Here, at the base of the screen, comes everybody else. There goes Robinson. There goes Bentes. Bentes locks up, goes in behind him. Unfortunately, Rollo didn't go anywhere. Johan Olmark is there as well. Now he's on the inside of the corner that he needs to be on the outside for. I know he's got stuck there. I know he has. He's trying to get round at the bottom of the hill faster than anybody can. He pulls to the left-hand side and ditches it from there. But yeah, that pit exit did cause a little bit of chaos, and I'm sure Jorge Bentes might be having a different opinion of what's happening on that one. Gary Truby, Robinson there. Robinson bounces the car around the top of Dingledale. He's coming down now through Sterling's we go. Gary Truby with Guy Robertson. Gonzaga's doing what he needs to do. He needs to go and win. He has to go and win. What is good Truby going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to make this move? Can he put Robertson off? Drops down through Paddock Hill. Up into Druids we go. The hairpin right-hander as we jump on board with Gary Truby. There is Robertson. Taking it round to the left hand of Graham Hill. Here he goes. Truby's got the run. There's nowhere for Robinson to go. He can't defend the inside, surely. Is he going to run him round the outside? Mellis is off. Mellis is off on the right-hand side. You saw him there. That's Stefan Mellis down into 10th place. So Stefan Mellis is off track currently at the moment. Sergeant Capella has also had another incident and he's off track again. Coming round Hawthorne we go. On board with Gary Truby. Still behind Guy Robinson. Over the top of Dingledale. Down into the hill we go. Don't take it too wide. It's not going to work. We've seen it. They've tried it. It caused a 4-car pile-up right over there on the left-hand side. Didier Thibault is off track. He's now sitting in 5th. Still +1, mind you, on his grid position. What about Olmark? There is Thibault there. Olmark's got that tyre line. Surely he's got to go out. Thibault squeezing him. Olmark's going to try and take it around the outside. This is not going to work unless he can cut back in. Is there going to be contact? There isn't. Didier Thibault gives him room and they all make it through cleanly, and it is Johan Olmark up into 5th place. Gary Truby. Doors open. The door's wide open. Gary Truby goes through. Oh, Guy Robinson. And that's Gary Truby up into 8th place. But let's have a look and see what happened. Oh, it's gone round. Truby! Oh, just when you think it was safe to go in front of Gary Truby, it's unfortunately gone round, hit the grass on the exit of Graham Hill. Gonzaga is back up with Iglesias. Gap's 2 tenths currently at the moment, 16 minutes on the clock. This is going to be a Gonzaga victory. If he takes this victory, he will win the championship. I'm on the understanding that all the drop weeks have finally been applied, and they are all done going into this final race of the season. So there we go. Capella is battling away with Bentes. Bentes has just gone through on Capella. Let's have a look and see if we can find out what happened to our illustrious leader. Oh, okay. He's coming now up into Surtees. Ah, too much speed, young sir. Too much pace. And then off he goes. So we go back with Capella, who's battling away, but it is all about Iglesias. And also Gonzaga at the front of the field at this moment in time, here with 15 minutes remaining in the final round here from Brands Hatch. Can Gonzaga take it? Can Iglesias take it? Solonka's 2 tenths out, 3 tenths at the moment, 4 tenths. He's just dropped out to 4, half a second with Wooten. Capella's nearly out of half a second as well. It seems to be that final sector catching people out here. Can Gonzaga, oh! go. It's now on Gonzaga to lose, I think. 1.2 seconds. Zalonka is catching Theobald. Jacek Zalonka. 1.4 from Iglesias now to Gonzaga's. Is this going to be Gonzaga's championship? I think you can safely say that it will be. Oh, Theobald's come round. Did he hit Theobald? No, into the barrier. Watch as you come back on track. There goes Guy Robinson. Here comes the recovering Stefan Mellis. Thibault is out on track now. Is he going to stay ahead of Stephen Koenig and Russell Wooden? They're closing up on him very, very quickly. He's parked it in. I'm not quite sure. On the hairpin. It was actually on the curb there. So Didier Thibault hugging the inside line, but Stephen Koenig here battling away with Wooten. Capella battling away with Bentes. Is Capella going to be looking at coming back at Bentes now? As they go down the straight, we'll jump on board with Capella and see what he sees. Here we go. Got to take the inside line. Inside line. It's got to be room left. There wasn't room. I got a funny feeling Bentes is in the wall. Yep. He was. There was contact there at the base of that turn. And I think from Bentes' point of view, I would have done exactly the same thing, to be fair. Because he got caught up in incidents there. It weren't necessarily there was going to be contact. Yep, Capella went in a little bit wide and didn't manage to keep it on the inside. And Bentes left room, but just pays for his struggles there. Russell Wooten still got Koenig behind him, and then Didier Thibault then battling through. He's trying to come back. Is Gary Truby as well. Gaps down to under a second up front. Can Truby get Thibault? That's going to be the interesting thing. Is Truby, with 12.5 minutes remaining, going to get Didier Thibault? Well, he possibly could have done. Unfortunately, with Gary Truby, he just took a trip on the grass there. And that's not going to help his cause. Thibault's got a better run than Koenig. Coming now, dropping into Dingledale. Down through the hill we go. Out, coming out the other side. 12:20 on the clock. Oh, Thibault's on the grass. Oh, he gets it back on track. Well held, did he, at Thibault? Because that could have been a lot, a lot worse. As we know, the grass on iRacing is not grass. It's not mud. It's ice. So, Didier Thibault there. Oh, Gary Truby's off again. Where are you off to, Mr. Truby? Can you keep it in? He can. He's managed to keep it on track only just. Gonzaga is going to be, well, Iglesias is catching up behind him. Craig Gregory. Didn't expect that many crashes. No, me neither. But clearly, people are having a good old go at the end of the season, and I think Gonzaga's going to get this. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is going to be a Gonzaga victory. 5 attempts back, 11 minutes remaining. Times of 1:19.9 for Iglesias, 1:20.16 from Gonzaga. Iglesias makes another mistake that's dropped him further behind now. Stefan Mellis is spread currently in 8th place, chasing down Guy Robinson. So these guys are neck and neck as well, near enough. This is the closest battle. You can see it on the left-hand side. Let's have a look. There's the lonely KFG driving around here on his own this evening. He's got about 8 seconds behind. And he's got a lot further, another 8 in front, give or take. So, unfortunately for Damien G there, it's kind of left out all on his own. But Mellis and Robinson battling away for 7th and 8th place. Craig Gregory, Mellis and Robinson. Thank you, Craig. Cheers, bud. Mr. Craig Gregory there, my production engineer from YouTube chat here this evening. Oh, Mellis and Robinson. Come on, keep it close. Keep it clean. Robinson takes a different line through there. Does jeopardise his exit out of that corner. Which way is he going to go? Which way is Mellis going to have him? Mellis is going to try the inside run. Into Hawthorne, he's sending it on Robinson. Oh, what's that, a do or die situation? It wasn't. Mellis looked like he let him back through. Was it going through Dingle Dell? There's a big puff of smoke in front of us. That could have been Didier Thurber. Oh God, I've got to be honest. Oh, Robinson's come round. Yeah. Robinson has gone round. This comes round the left hand. That was at the top of Dingle Dell corner. So there goes Gonzaga out in front. 9 minutes left on the track, on the clock. Didier Thurber did not look like he's having a good time. Nope, it goes round. Comes back on. And then looks like immediately goes off again. He's having a bit of a struggle, is Didier Thurber tonight. But it is Gonzaga and Iglesias, 8.5 minutes left on the clock. No worries, Greg. I do love a good YouTube driver, just in case. I promise I'm seeing it. Like now, I'm going to go to Wootton and Robinson. 8th and 9th. Of course, Robinson finds himself there after going off track. There's a lot going on tonight, I tell you, from these guys. Lap 15. We're now on 17. And we've got 8 minutes remaining. Very short track here, in conjunction with others. Feels a lot longer watching it than does racing. Yeah, I bet. But that's the joys of sitting at home on your sofa, mate, rather than pressurising yourself in your sim rig. So Guy Robinson and Russell Wootton battle for 8th, 9th and 10th place. Can Wootton get Robinson? That's going to be the interesting thing, I think, as these guys come around the base of the hill. Into Graham Hill we go, out the other side. Wood's got to look for a run out of Surtees, really. Under the bridge. Down into Hawthorne. Russell Wootton. It's a little bit of a slide into Dingledale. They go, jumping down now, down the order, down the hill. They go. Jacek Zalonka's been off. Whereabouts is he? That's the question. He's at Dingledale. Is these guys going to be able to get out on the other side? Zalonka's just up the road, I think, at the moment. Oh, Robinson was slow. Here comes Russell Wootton. They're side by side, jumping down into turn 1, into the final turner in Clark. And that is Wootton ahead of Robinson. Koenig there nearly made the move as well. Gonzaga and Iglesias back out to nearly a second. Zalonka is off track. Manages to hold on. Oh, Robinson gets a little bit swirly. Here comes Koenig under the bridge. He goes into Druids. Second gear now, round onto the curb. Can Robinson hold on to this position? 6 minutes left. I'm Newcastle way, so a decent run. Rob's up there as well. Speak to Rob, he's in Newcastle somewhere. He's the man with all the chains, the bars and everything on his windows. It's a rough area where he lives, I tell you. Oh, get it in, Koenig, get it in. Top of Dingledale. He's got to carry more speed. He loses a little bit of speed, does Koenig there. Over the bump, coming down into Surtees, into Sterling, sorry. On the gas we go now. Round the final corner. Here with Koenig, the gap up front is about 1.1 seconds. This is your closest battle currently on screen as you are seeing it. So let's see what Koenig can do. Is he going to be able to get up the inside of Robinson? The door is left open. Is he going to be enough room? He didn't commit to the turn. Oh, Robinson gets a little bit squirrely. Koenig gets right up behind him. 4:46 on clock now. Here we go. Stephen Koenig, Guy Robinson. Oh, that's going to slide. Be careful. Gonzaga and Iglesias now 8 attempts apart. Iglesias backed out, goes. He backs out, goes. He needs to back out and keep going. So there we go. Can Koenig get past Robinson? This is going to be the one here. Can he get past him? Over. There is your leader, Gonzaga. There is second place man, Iglesias. 4 minutes left on the clock of a lap time of a 1:20. We're going to see at least 3 more laps here tonight. Koenig's lost it. He's lost a lot of time over Robinson. Gary Truby's been taking an adventure off track again, but he's still running currently at the moment, so I'm not going to be worried too much about that. But it is Gonzaga and Iglesias. So here we go. Northeast friends. Our brother friend. Maybe, mate, maybe. Craig Gregory there in YouTube, of course. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, we have got the pros coming up literally straight after this, which is a very mad rush for myself as we're going into the following race. And then straight after that, we've got the SRL kicking off at 10:15 p.m. That is the GR86 from the Legacy Silverstone circuit. And that is going to be an interesting one. There's like 30 odd drivers registered in the GR86 league, so be prepared for that one. As we can see, Gonzaga here opening the gap back up to a second again, and that's because Iglesias went a little bit squirrely out of Graham Hill at the base of the hill. So there we go. Let's see how he gets on as we've got 2:47 left on the clock. And you don't need to tell me, Craig. Truby on Koenig. I've seen it. Gary Truby, Stephen Koenig. Can Truby get past him? Pulls it out to the right-hand side. That's not a good way. Leave the room. Truby goes through, but not without, well, getting his elbows out and forcing his way through, really. There wasn't a whole load of room left from Koenig there. But it is 2:09 on the clock, and we've got a back marker who's going to come into effect. Didier Thibault in 14th place is making his presence known on track because he's just in front. There he is. There is Gonzaga. 1.2 seconds remaining. We're going to have this one and one more. So Gonzaga's probably sitting in his car saying, please make this easy. I know we're not supposed to overtake, but, you know, not supposed to sort of bully past the black marker, but you've got to make it a little bit easy. Let's not touch on to the subjects of blue flags. We'll be here again all night. So there we go. Thibault is under blues. You can see Gonzaga now. Just go to the right. Let him through. You're on the straight. There we go. Didier Thibault lets him through. Iglesias comes down as well, goes through. Well done, Didier. For anybody that wants to know how to let blue flags through, that is the way. But however, anybody that wants to not finish a race in second place, that's how you do that as well. So there you go, you know, Iglesias around Hawthorne and then goes down the Derek Minter straight on the grass, which is now going to free up what is going to be your champion. George Gonzaga is going to win the championship. It didn't matter where he finished, he just had to finish in first place, really, because otherwise he would have been pushing for points. Further down he would have been fine, but any after that could have been a little bit more situational. It was a little bit there as well. You are used to blue flags. Oh dear, Dean Gregory. I'm going to presume that's your brother, Craig, is it? So Gonzaga now on the final lap of the race. He just needs this one, and then he has won. Not only has he won this, he has won the championship as well. Gonzaga will be the champion here tonight. George Gonzaga. will be champion of the AMS. He's got a couple of corners left. He's got Hawthorne, Westfield, and down into Dingledale, of course. So he's probably got about 5-6 corners remaining. Just take it easy. He's got 8 seconds. He doesn't really need to do anything drastic. He can even just trickle over this corner because it can be quite tricky. And Gonzaga there in the black or white. Don't forget, you can get your name on his card. He will be the champion, of course. What more do you need than to sponsor a champion? But here comes Gonzaga for the final time. He's going to take the checkered flag. He's given the wheel a wiggle. He has gone across the line in first place. George Gonzaga is your champion. How is this one going to pan out with Robinson here as well? Diego Iglesias goes across the line. Here comes Damien G, who's had a very lonely I'm all on my own drive, as has Johan Olmark, as has Glenn Andre Christensen, and Stefan Mellis, Jacek Zalonka, Russell Wooten, Guy Robinson and Gary Truby are going to finish over the line in 8th, 9th and 10th place. This battle's going to go down to the end. Can Robinson get Wooten? Can Truby get Robinson? It's the three-way fight we go. Down under the bridge, I think they're going to be pretty much as they are. As they go across the line. No, they're not. Wooten's gone and locked up, got all out of shape. Is this going to release Truby down into the line? He goes. It's going to be Robinson. Whoa! Robinson picked Truby with Wooten behind him. Made a mistake on the final corner. And Pruis goes round, and here comes Sandro Capella. Over the line he goes as well. So that is the end of the AMS. The race is finished. The championship standings, the race results, are there on your screen. George Gonzaga takes the victory and the championship. Diego Iglesias in second, Damien G third, Johan Olmark fourth, Glenn Christensen fifth, Stefan Mellis sixth, Jacek Zolonka seventh, Guy Robinson eighth, Gary Truby in 9th, Russell Wooten 10th, Stephen Koenig in 11th, Yanniman Pruis in 12th, Sandro Capella 13th, Didier Thurbolt 14th, George Bentes 15th, Marin Grigic 16th, and David Rolliston down in 17th place. So there you go. That rounds out the AMS here tonight. We'll just see if George gets into the booth, of course. So we're just waiting patiently to see if he comes in, because we do need to get on to the pros. So where you at, George? So let's see how we go. But I think that pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, puts Gonzaga as the champion. I don't think there's anything different. Great broadcast, James. Hopefully catch you next season. I hope so. But I've got another 2 tonight, mate. Come on. Stay tuned, Craig. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We've got the pros and the SRLs to go with myself and Ewan O'Leary on both of them. So that should be cool. Hopefully Ewan's brain won't explode. It nearly went bang last night. He nearly literally blew up. So, COD time. Craig Gregory. Really? Craig Gregory. Off to COD. You're going to play a game when you could be driving in a sim. How rude. Right, there is Gonzaga in the broadcast booth with me. George Gonzaga, how are you?
Sorry. I'm super happy.
You're super happy. Not only did you win the race, but you won the championship.
I know. Yeah, sorry. A lot of mixed emotions. A lot of effort put into this, and it was an amazing season. I have no words, man. Sorry, the last few laps were so intense, and I feel so sorry for Dave. Yeah, I was really keen on having a fight with him. He was super fast. We were on similar pace. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, it's done. On to the next one, man.
Yeah, but for now, you can go to bed and know that you're the Radical Sim Racing AMS champion.
I know. It's yeah. Sorry, a lot of emotions right now.
Mate, honestly, it is fine, George. It is fine. It's been a very tough season for everyone, to be fair, but you've come out on top of it here as well. Is there anyone you need to thank before we let you go this evening?
Sorry, I know I cannot take too long, but to Sandra and the league, everyone, to Dave Rolliston, Damien, Gordon, Diego, like they were such tough opponents throughout the season. Like kudos to them, they were amazing. A lot of people watching on the stream because I was texting everyone, please go watch this. So the peeps in Portugal, my family, my mom, my brother, my nephews, my cousins, everyone, and my wife especially, because of the Friday nights. Without her, I could not be here, literally. So yeah.
Awesome stuff, George. Well, George, it's a pleasure for me to say that George Gonzaga, Season 1, 2023 champion.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. As Emily says there as well. But George, it's much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
James,
I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah. And James, for you too as well. Kudos to you throughout the whole season. You've been amazing. You elevate this league to a standard it's outstanding. So kudos to you. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much there as well, George. But it's a pleasure talking to you as always, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you soon.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Take care.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Well, there you go. That is George Gonzaga is your champion here in the AMS. He's absolutely gone out, smashed it. He took the last race like he had to, and he's won the championship. We are on to the pros now. So as per normal, I will catch you on the other side of the pros where I'll have Mr. Ewan O'Leary in the booth with me. But for now, guys, see you shortly.